G'day Argy crew, hope you're having a fantastic day today and your family's happy and healthy. This is an update to the previous Australian Outback Map how to set up video that I recently did, which is now outdated because Rob Viggers, the creator of the map, has updated it so that it is compatible with 1.53. We're hoping that means it will be compatible with 1.54, which is due to come out relatively soon. So what I'm doing here is I'm showing you the new way to install it because it has slightly changed. And it's actually a lot easier now to install because you don't have to roll back to 1.50 like you previously did. Now you can just use the current version of ATS and install this map on that, and away you go. So without further ado, actually before I start, if you're interested in joining our VTC and doing convoys on this map and other maps, you're more than welcome to join us. There'll be links down in the description for argy transport, trucks book and pickup. And there's also a link there to our Discord channel if you've got any questions and you need answers. And yeah, like I say, subscribe if you haven't already. It's free. It helps me out with YouTube and I really would appreciate it. All right, so let's get into it. So this is the map. So what you need to do is come here. I'll leave a link to this in the description. You can either, if you've got Truckee mods installed, you can either install it via Truckee mods or you can manually download it using the green one. This will install it automatically in the red one. So choose either one. I'm not going to do it because I've already done it and it's pretty self-explanatory. So to manually download it, you click here. It will download the file for you to unzip or unrar and use, or if you install it here, it will do it all automatically for you and you don't have to worry. All right, so let's say that you're doing it manually. You click here, it'll download, and then you'll end up with this file here. Actually, you'll end up with this file. It'll say Australian Outback Map 5.2 RAR. And once you go into that, which will be, let's get rid of that, will be in wherever you've downloaded it to. And I've downloaded it here. You double click on it to open it in your zip program or open it up in any of the zip programs you're using. I'm using 7-zip. By double clicking on it, it opens it for me and you'll end up with these files here. Now the files that you'll need to install it, you can find in your, actually this manual is wrong. This is incorrect. So if you go to the manual to have a look at what you've got to install, it's actually showing you, if you have a look, it shows you the old 6-part map. You don't need that anymore, so we'll close that and forget it. All you need is this file here, this file here, and one of these draw distance ones if you want to use the draw distance folder. But what we'll do is we'll get into the draw distance one later. Now all you'll need to start with is this one here. So I highlight that and then I'll highlight this one. If you want to put your own company logos, you can use that, but that's something up to you. We're not discussing that in this video. We're only worried about installing the map. So you want that one and that one first, and you want them placed in your mod folder. So your mod folder will be in Documents, American Truck Simulator mod. On mine, it's American Truck Simulator mod because I've put a sim link to it. But you will have your folder that you want to install it in will be Documents, American Truck Simulator mod. So that's where you want to put it. All right. So again, going over it so we're not getting confused because I'm confusing myself. So you highlight these two, you'll extract them to Documents, American Truck Simulator mod. Then you'll click extract. Again, I'm not going to do it because I've already done it, but these are the two that you want to start with. So it's simple and easy, just these two to start with. But once they're in your mod folder, you'll then want to open a new profile because you'll require a new profile because you're not using the base map, you're using the Australian map. So to do that, you'll want to go in here and you'll want to create a new profile. You can see here it says new profile. Click on that. So before you do anything in here, you'll need to go to your mods. Click on mods. And then in here, you'll see there's no active mods because this is a new profile. So now what you want to do is you want to find the Australian, well, not that, the Australian Outback Map. And make sure it's the correct version, which it should be version 5.2. And you'll want that. And you'll want the, well, actually for now, we'll just put that in there. Okay. So all you want is the Australian Outback Map. And you plonk that in there. Confirm changes. Wait for it to load that map. Now you can start changing things. So again, do not do anything in here until you've gone into your mods and you've chosen the Australian Outback Map. Confirm that it's the right version. And that's all you need to do. Confirm it. And then come back to here. And now you can start changing things. So you can change the name up here if you want, to whatever you want. We're going to leave it at Rain Gaming for now. Choose the gender of the truck driver. Choose a picture. We're just going to choose anything, the first thing I pick. Just like so. And enter a company name. We're just going to call this Oz Map Update, just so we know what it is. And down here, this is where it's extremely important. Well, you've got to choose your language, but then the extremely important part is this. You need to choose Oz MBD, okay? Not California, because that's the base map. You want Oz.MBD. I never use Seeing Cloud, so unclick that. All right, so now you're ready to create. So you've your name's up here. You've chosen the gender. You've chosen your images. You've called it whatever your company name is. You've chosen your language. Then you choose Oz.MBD. Most important criteria is that. Then you click create. Okay, now you're ready to add any other mods to it that you want to add. We're going to add that scale that we just saw, which we've already put in there. So we go Australia. And as you can see, I've still got the old parts in here. We don't want any of them. We want this one here where it says Australian Outback Default ATS Scale. We want to add that. And that goes above the Australian Outback Map, like so. And we confirm the changes. All right. Now we'll get out of here. We'll quit before we go anywhere else. We're quitting so that we can actually put. So now that you've done those steps that I've just explained, you want to come in here to your draw distance mod. And you want to choose, I use the high draw distance. I don't use the extreme or the default or the ultra. I use the high draw distance, but it's up to you which one you want to use. What this basically does is it allows the graphics to render at greater distances so that you're not seeing mountains or buildings or whatever in the distance all of a sudden just popping up. So if your computer can handle the extreme and the ultra draw distance, and use them. But mine can only handle the high draw distance, so that's the one I use. So what I do is highlight that and extract it into the American Truck Simulator mod folder and click OK. I'm not going to do it because it's already in there. All right, so that's the next one you want to put in there, is one of the draw distance ones. And again, you've got, don't put that, sorry, let's go back. Don't put that one in. You want to open that and choose one of these and then put it into your mod folder. All right, if you've got any questions about this, just ask me down in the comments before you do anything so you don't stuff anything up. Or you can go on my Discord and ask me there. It's okay, so just quickly again, you're just picking one of the draw distances and you're putting it into your mod folder. And once it's in your mod folder, go back to the game. And once you're in the game, you now go to your mods. type in Australia again, although it should appear at the top for you guys. So now we're looking for the draw distance one. Okay, I'll have to type in draw. Forgotten that it. There we go. And as you can see, I tried the ultra draw distance and it was too much for my computer, so I went to the high. And again, just plonk it on top. So you got your high draw distance, the scale, and then the Outback map. But these two really doesn't matter what order they're in, just as long as they're above your Australian Outback map. All right, then confirm changes. Now, if you want to add other mods to it, that's not a problem now. But keep these at the top, because Rob Viggers has said that his maps should be at the top. Normally, I would place map mods at the bottom, but he said to leave them at the top. So these must be at the top. So for example, if you're putting, say, a physics mod in, you would then drop that down below that. And let's say you were going to put, I don't know, gearbox mod in. Whoops. You would bring that down and drop that below, but keeping them at the top. The only thing I would suggest that you put at the top is my old favorite, this fella here, sound fixes. I always put that at the very top. So again, as far as any mods that you're going to add to this map, the only one I would put above them would be the sound fixes, and then all the maps, and then any of your other mods below that. And I'm not going to use that, so I'll get rid of that. I'm not going to use that. For now, I'm just going to have the sound fixes. I'm just doing it completely vanilla so that you know how to do this. All right, so again, once you've done any changes, always remember to click confirm changes, and then you're ready to go. Now we get to test it out and see if it's actually working. Of course, you've got to go through all this once you've started a new profile. What I would do rather than do that, and I'll show you quickly now how I do this, rather than go through the wizard, I would simply get out of the game. I would then go into my, now this is supposing that you've already got a profile. I would go into Documents, American Truck Simulator. I would then go to Profiles, and I always save my config and controls from Profiles up here. But what you'll find is that if you've already got a profile, that it won't be that one because that's the latest one, but your older profile, which would look something like this, I would take the config local, and the controls. I would copy that, not cut it, copy it. All right, copy it. Go back to profiles, go to the latest one, which will be your Australian map, and I'd paste them in there and overwrite them. So replace the files in the destination. So now all my other controls that I've already set up in my other profile will now automatically be in this profile, and I don't have to go through the wizard with it. So we'll click play again. And again, if you've got any questions on that, if that went too quick for you, just ask in the comments below, or join me on the Discord and I'll explain it to you in depth. But it's quite easy. All you're doing is copying those three files and dropping them in the new profile, so you don't have to go through the setup wizard. So we'll continue career, and you'll see now that we don't have to go through that. You watch. Okay, so now because it's our first time in here, we've got to select the city that we're going to. We'll go to Coolati because we know there's fuel there, or I do. You won't, but I'm going there. Or you can go up here to Charlieville. Let's go to Charlieville for a difference. And you say yes to that. It should load up, and everything, hopefully, fingers crossed, should work fine. You'll get your first job. And of course it will be in a default truck, because at the moment you don't have any XP or money to purchase your own truck. Okay, so as you can see, it's running through the tutorial, but what we'll do is we'll hop out of the truck. Now you can see we are in the Australian map, and I can even do this. We'll fly up high so you can see the Australian map. And although it looks like pieces are missing there, that's only because that I'm up so high in the draw distance and so forth. As you come down, you can see that this is the Australian map, and looking good. And believe me, I really love driving on this map. Rob did a really good job on developing this. Unfortunately, he is not developing it any further as far as I know. Well, I'm hoping that he will keep it updated, which it seems like he will be from now on. But as far as development, adding new features and whatnot to it, I don't know if that'll go ahead. I'm hoping that if he doesn't, he might hand it off to somebody else that takes over the reins and adds more to it, because it really is a good map and it's worthwhile. So as you can see, that's how you would do that. Now, if you don't want to go through setting up another profile, meaning that you have to go through all the rigmarole of driving a hired truck or driving for someone else and building up your funds and whatnot, there are different ways you can do that. One of the ways is to use a mod called, I think it's called Stonks. I'll see if I can find it and leave a link down below. But be very careful with that, because what that does is it gives you incredible amount of funds and XP. Only use it for one job and then unactivate it. But again, Stonks will increase your cash flow and increase your XP so that you don't have to go through all that and you're off and running. But yeah, as you can see, that's how easy it is. Hopefully that explained it well. If it didn't, let me know. Give me the thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't, subscribe if you haven't already. It helps me out for YouTube, and I really would appreciate it. And if there's anybody that you know of that might benefit by having a look at this video, please share it with them. And yeah, hopefully you did enjoy it, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.